Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the first ever Yumi Ball tournament! Now what exactly is Yumi Ball, you may ask? Yumi Ball is a high-intensity League of Legends based sport where two teams in control of a Yumi try to simultaneously score points on each other. Now how does one score points? Why, all you have to do is int into the enemy fountain with Yumi attached to you! More details and rules as well as the date of the tourney will be explained in my next video. I will also be shoutcasting this tournament live on my Twitch channel. My Twitch subscribers will have priority to be entered into this tournament, but it will be filled with anyone else who wants to enter depending on how many sign up. The winning team will win some RP as well as be able to play against my friends and I in a special Yumi Ball game. Signups can be done in my Discord as well as any advanced suggestions you may have for rules. Links for both my Twitch and Discord will be in the description, and this is also NA, so sorry anybody else. And that's about it. Keep an eye out for that, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled Poppy. A lot of people always ask me, Dachno, what are the best items to take on Poppy if you're up against this champion? What ruins do I take if I want to win every single game guaranteed? With so many different items and ruin combinations, what is best on her? Well, Jimmy, that's what I'm here to tell you today. I have climbed to the highest mountain peaks, searched the darkest, stickiest caves, and worst of all, I actually had to talk to people in person instead of, behind a computer. I mean, who actually does that anymore? I am Dachnomaniac, Poppy main extraordinaire with over 600,000 mastery points. Oh, and did I mention I was diamond once? Yeah, because that's really important. And welcome to my wondrous Poppy guide on every single item and ruin you should take on Poppy, and what situations you should take them in. Now with Season 10 just starting up, a lot of people are going to be hyped to play Ranked. And what better way to start off your season with one of my amazing high-quality guides? Whether you were going full tank Poppy, bruiser Poppy, support Poppy, jungle Poppy, or even the legendary lethality Poppy, you will find all the itemization advice in one comfy syrup-covered location. So, let us begin this wondrous journey into the depths on Poppy's best items and ruin combinations to get you that tasty, tasty challenger rank. So ask yourself this. What do you do if you're matched up against this Aphelios in the top lane? Simply rush a Bramble Vest into Frozen Gauntlet, and when you get back to lane, you make him suffer for all eternity. How dare he bring a ranged top laner into Poppy's domain? Never let him see the light of day. Engage on him over and over and over until he fears the very sight of you. This is what shall become of all ranged top laners when Poppy is okay, whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Getting a little sidetracked here. Let's start things off with Poppy's most common location and my area of specialty, top lane Poppy. With the true damage on Conqueror being removed, I believe Poppy is going to be really strong this season. In my opinion, she's on the top of my list of hidden OP champions I plan to spam this season, with next up being Cho'Gath, because 1300 true damage point and click and 8000 health is fair and balanced. Now, with top lane, there are two main builds you can go. Full tank, which is my favorite, or bruiser Poppy. Let's start things off and talk about tank Poppy, because that's the one I truly believe is her strongest option. So, to start out, the ruins that I find are the best for top lane Poppy are as follows. Grasp of the Undying is your keystone, Demolish, Conditioning, and Overgrowth for your main tree. And secondary, I run the new Presence of Mind and Tenacity, with 10% CDR in either both armor or magic resistance mini ruins depending on your matchup. Now Grasp, ooh, I love this keystone. I really love anything that can scale infinitely, so why don't I main Vigar or Susan? I'll never know. But with Grasp, anyone can scale infinitely, plus it gives you some great poke and sustain in lane during fights. Demolish because you want to get those delicious plates. Also, your shield toss is a great way to safely proc it on towers. Conditioning because it makes you super tanky and stacks well with your W. And Overgrowth for even more health. I love the new Presence of Mind. It really helps you never run out of mana in lane, and Tenacity just makes it so you're an unstoppable Poppy. Item-wise for tank Poppy, I usually rush a Sunfire Cape if you're against an AD opponent, Adaptive Helmet if you're against like a Teemo or a Mord, or Spirit Visage if you're just against an AP tank who doesn't do a whole lot of damage. After that, get some booties depending on their comp. With the Tenacity Master, you're really free to get tabbies if they have a lot of auto attack champions. If not, stick with Merc Treads for even more tenaciousness tenacity. Second item I've been rushing is Iceborne Gauntlet. Holy shit, this has been a big game changer for me. Lots of mana, lots of cooldown reduction, and the slow makes you able to stick to any carry and destroy them despite you building full tank because, ADC's lol. After that, choose between another magic resistance item or Thornmill if they're stacked on AD. Then you pretty much will guarantee you'll never die unless it's a 1v5, which I know you love to do. Finish off everything with a Warmox and Gargoyle Stoneplate to balance everything out, and you should reach 40% CDR and are now the tanky stun bot your team deserves. For top lane bruiser, this isn't really my specialty. I've never played this, so bear with me. I will strictly be using all my Poppy sciences to create the perfect build for you. Okay, so let's see. Conquer for the Keystone, Presence of Mind, Tenacity, and Coup de Grace. With a little demolishing conditioning on the side to keep that tankiness we all love. Item-wise, you're going to want to rush that wonderful Triforce, boots depending on their team comp. Let's go with Sterix next, maybe. A Thornmill if they have a lot of auto attackers, Titanic Hydra, and we'll finish it off with the Guardian Angel to be the undying poop. There. That is my experimental bruiser Poppy build. Use at your own risk. Does not contain any traces of laxative. Please wait 3 hours after eating before playing this build. Seek medical attention if you experience any bleeding of the gums and ears. Both of the previous builds are acceptable for jungle Poppy, however the ruins could vary depending on your situation. Obviously Grasp is pretty useless in the jungle, so swap it out with Aftershock if you're going tanky. Conqueror could still be useful, but if you're looking for quick ganks, I would suggest taking Electrocutor Predator with Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter for all the speedy ganks and jungle clears. And of course, there is always a legendary full lethality Assassin Poppy jungle. This is not recommended for ranked because you fall off super hard late game, but it's probably my favorite build ever, if you couldn't tell from like the 10 videos I've made on it. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely give it a shot sometime. Just take Dark Harvest and build all the lethality items you can think of, and the next thing you know, you'll be one-shotting everything in sight. And finally, we get to support Poppy. For when the stakes are high and you can't rely on a couple of randoms in your bot lane not to feed their asses off, you will need to be the one to carry your carry to the promised land. Aftershock's gonna be your keystone. You could take Demolisher, Font of Life, both are good choices. Conditioning is always a wonderful choice. And finish it off with Overgrowth. Some Tenacity and Triumph. It's pretty much just tank Poppy with some small changes. Knight's Vow is what you're going to want to rush. After that, prioritize as much CDR and tankiness as you can to peel for your carry. Zeke's Convergence, Warmog's Armor, and Frozen Gauntlet are really good for this build to add even more peel. And as long as your ADC isn't an Ironform Prodigy, you'll do just fine. Holy shit, that's a lot of builds. But I believe in you, Poppy Stars, that you will be able to use this information to carry you to the highest pedestal of Poppy glory. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you out on the Rift for our endless search for the real hero.